It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we got a beer from Vibrant Forest Brewery, and this is their Pupa Juicy Pale Ale. It's in a 440ml can. It's 4.5% ABV. These guys are based in Southampton area of the UK, actually Hardley in Hampshire. Love the branding, so Vibrant Forest. When you think of Vibrant Forest in your mind, if you close your eyes and you think of Vibrant Forest, you're thinking of birds and greenery and, you know, a typical beautiful British countryside day, yeah? But what I love about this is that it's funky. That's definitely a tree. It's definitely a tree, but I really like the branding on this. It's new, it's fresh, it's funky. It's quite brilliant. I like it. It would definitely stand out from the crowd on a very busy bottle shop, can shop shelf. And I think that's why these breweries do it these days, is just to say, hey, look at me. Pick me up. Buy me. Why not? You're a business. Let's get this out into a glass, see what we get. So I was at the Cardiff Foodie Festival a couple of weeks ago. Might be 3 weeks ago by the time you watch this video. Whoa, look at this. Wow, that's an interesting colour. Pupa Juicy Pale Ale. That's a really interesting colour. To be honest with you, I've never seen a pale ale look like this before. That's really different. I wouldn't even know what colour to call it. It's definitely not amber. It's very hazy. Nicely carbonated. 1 or 2 finger white head. It smells fantastic. I'm trying to work out where I've seen this colour before. I tell you what, have you ever varnished a floor? I mean this with the greatest of respects. Have you ever varnished a floor or a door, or varnish some wood, and then you put your paintbrush in some water, and then your paintbrush makes the water look a little bit like this? Really interesting. Nicely carbonated. I'm not going to say it's a nice looking beer, but it's got good head retention, nice carbonation. It's got a lovely aroma. It's got a really lovely aroma. I'm not going to spend too much time looking at this because I'm the biggest believer in, like, you don't drink with your eyes. You should never drink with your eyes. So I'm a big believer in that. I'm just going to dive into this one and see what we get. Wonderful. It's wonderful. It's a Stone the Crow's beer. This me saying I don't drink with my eyes, I just can't stop looking at it. I'm like, look at this. And it is wonderfully tasty, to be honest. Got nice levels of carbonation to it. Really kind of like fluffy, foamy on the mouth. It kind of pushes the beer around the inside of the mouth, releases more of that flavour. There's passion fruit, there's mango, there's grapefruit, there's orange peel, There's fleshy blood orange. Flavours coming through. A little bit of sweetness from the malt over here. Little bit of bitterness on the back end. If you think of it like a tightrope walker. And I love balance in beer. I think beer has to be balanced in terms of, not has to be, that's the wrong word, but I would prefer my beer balanced. I prefer to have that kind of sweetness over here and then a little bit of bitterness over here. I suppose the only issue I have, and of course, I'm saying I don't drink with my eyes. I know that because I've drank 9,000 beers. I've drunk all sorts of different beers from every corner of the earth. But there will be people, of course there will. There will be people that turn up at Vibrant Forest that might go to their tap room and buy 4 cans of this. And they might bring it home and they might pour it and go, ooh, what's this? It's funny how it's kind of turned out like this. In fact, it almost, I've said this before recently. I've said it in a recent beer review of a supermarket beer. It feels like, unless I've just got used to it with my eyes, unless I've just had time to look at it and get used to it, but it feels like it might have changed colour a little bit. And I say that with a lot of apprehension because I've done this before and a lot of people were like, no, we watched the review from start to finish and the beer has definitely not changed colour. But my fear with this beer is that people might buy it and they might not get any feedback. They might not give the brewery any feedback, but they might buy it and take it home and go, ooh, you know, might be a little bit put off by the look of the beer. And that's dangerous for a brewery. That's really dangerous for a brewery because you want the feedback. You want the feedback and you want people to be kind of like, or you want your brewers and your staff and the owner, of course, to know that I don't know, why is it looking like this? It might put a lot of people off. Again, I'll reiterate, it's not putting me off in the slightest. It tastes incredible. So I was at the Cardiff Foodie Festival. I began this story when I started pouring, and then I got a little bit kind of like into the colour of the beer, haven't I? How the beer looks. About 2 or 3 weeks ago, by the time I post this video, and I met the lovely people at Vibrant Forest, and we had such a good time, and we drank some beer, and it was fun, and yeah, we've been talking ever since, to be honest. We've been talking on Instagram and social media sites, and we want to go down there. I've never been to Southampton. I've been in and out of Hampshire very quickly on the way to Salisbury. When you travel to Salisbury, you literally dip into Hampshire for it's literally 200 yards and then you're back into Wiltshire. But I'd like to go down to Southampton to have a little look at this place and have a little look at the brewery, the coast, of course, and have a little look around and yeah, be pretty cool. I do like their beers. I do like Vibrant Forest beers. I'd like to go and eat some street food and drink some beer at their brewery. So, Pupa Juicy Pale Ale. Pupa is built to sit between East and West Coast styles of American IPA. Both aroma and flavour swell with a deep hit of light citrus and ripe tropical fruits. Oats create a full yet smooth mouthfeel, and the fruity yeast strain lends a soft stone fruit flavour to the finish. Unfiltered and pasteurised, vegan friendly. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I like it. It's a lovely juicy pale ale. It really is. Did I give the ABV? 4.5, I did. I like it. Maybe it's just my can. Might be just my can. Might be just my can. So I'm going to ignore the fact that it looks like it does, and I'm just going to concentrate on giving the beer the rating that it deserves for the taste. And that rating's a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.